So I'm Andrew Southall. I'm one of the lead engineers at WeShape. Lead teams, get stuck in myself, do a good number of the projects at WeShape, getting hands-on and really delivering for our clients. System reliability engineering, if we were to take a really simple view of it, it would be monitoring, alerting, and a lot of the stuff that we kind of think of the practicalities of it. Whereas really what it honestly is making systems more reliable. And reliable is a human term. It's reliable to us. Systems have no idea what reliable is, they just calculate things. What really matters is what you or I really actually find reliable in our systems, what lets us sleep at night. So system reliability engineering, true system reliability engineering, is about categorizing and then enforcing what makes our systems actually reliable so that we can rely on them, rely on the fact that they're working, and also rely on the fact that we know when they're not working. So a number of the pitfalls I find with SRE is that it's treated a bit more like tier 4 support, so to speak. These are the guys that you pull in when everything's gone wrong, and they usually just patch it over and fix it. That doesn't make things more reliable, just knowing that if it breaks, we can prop it back up again. It doesn't make it a reliable system. So I often see it in that regard, not really engineering towards long-term reliable solutions. And that aspect often comes up, mostly because people don't ask themselves the questions. Our clients don't often get the chance to ask themselves questions as to what is reliability for us? When do we accept that that's not okay? When do we accept that that's okay? And how do we really draw the line? So there's a very cultural aspect out there that isn't necessarily the direct programming. It's got a lot more to do about the how do we approach making sure that we're happy with something that we ship. Well, SRE is important because if you don't know whether your systems are reliable or not, you're going to have an entertaining project. So for me at least, the major benefits are knowing that I have a measure to say this is a system that's reliable, and it's reliable because it meets these requirements are set up. It's up for 99% of the time. It has a lot of things built into the pipelines that when we deliver it out, we know that it's ticked off all of these boxes, and we're not just throwing stuff into the wild, kind of hoping that it doesn't go horribly wrong. These are the sort of things that actually makes it a lot easier to do the engineering that I need to do, and a lot easier for everyone else in the project, and a lot easier for the business as well. That's really important, because now the business and those who actually are buying and paying for this stuff, because it's known that it's a reliable system, they can really push out its value into the marketplace. And we see that more and more and more and more. Otherwise you're held back in a sales aspect or in an investment aspect, not really wanting to commit to something that seems to fall over a lot. So the SRE field is interesting because I believe overall systems have become less reliable over time. There's a lot more of a quick start approach to things, wherein what we're doing as an industry is looking to just get stuff up and running. And just up and running does not actually get you to the point where you're really ready for the big leads. It's scalable, it's reliable, it's got multiple different failovers. It's a bit like going, because we can run a 5K, we can take the amount of stamina that we already have and chuck it into a half marathon. It should be totally fine because we did the 5K. It's not quite the same. So I actually feel that overall systems are becoming less reliable because these systems aren't being given enough time and focus to really make them reliable in the long term. It's all about just getting them up. So I actually feel that the field will split off to some degree. You'll get the core development teams will probably carry on making less reliable systems because the turnaround to market is so important that they just want to get it out. And then you'll find the ops side fighting that. And it's going to be a bit of a tug of war between the two. So I actually think it'll get worse before it gets better. But for those that do really put the effort into making reliable systems, they'll go straight to the top every time. And we can see that in history between, say, Amazon and the various other e-commerce places out there. Amazon were known on a customer reliability point of view to make sure that the customer's happy, so you can reliably buy from Amazon. and their systems were reliably online. Therefore, they grow into the largest retailer, and there was lots of retailers there that could do that. Same deal with, say, Google. Google search was online and reliably giving you the right results time after time after time, as opposed to Lycos or any of these older search engines that we just don't think about anymore today. So you nail the reliability. It doesn't really matter if you get to market first or last, because eventually if your systems aren't up and doing what they need to do, you're going to lose your market. So when I'm talking to clients for the first time, there's common issues that you get all over the place. There's the reliability of getting things out. There's timelines, there's scalability, and there's a number of other things that come out. But ultimately, I think what every client is really looking for from us, and pretty much anyone really, is how do I know that you're going to come in here and actually help? Because everyone's been in the situation where you get a consultancy coming in and it just kind of meddles around a bit, takes your budget away, and nothing's really that better at the end of the day. So at least what I can say from our point of view is that we're an awards-winning DevOps consultancy. We've taken systems from completely dead, not going anywhere, to rebuilt entire networks, clusters, applications within 6 months, and then in proper live life within that time period. And there's not a lot of companies out there that can actually do that. And even if you aren't in that desperate of a situation, we always kind of work with, look, we can come on in for a few weeks to a couple of months and actually just confirm that everything's going okay anyway. That's totally fine with us. So there's a really agile service that you get from us that should make it pretty easy for us to come on board and just help you out without needing to be like, right, you need a team of 8, you'll need them for 15 years. And eventually at some point you get an application. That's not really how it works here.